Afternoon. Today, this is going to be a movie review of Deer Hunter. That one movie by Christopher Walken, or starring him. I have to research on this. I just watched the movie. Anywho, time to end it all. Anyway, movie is a 3-hour long film about a group of friends, about three. Honestly, the movie's so long that I can separate into its 3 hours. The first hour is about the friends just sort of fucking around, establishing, hey, we're friends for life. Nothing will change that. Nothing will change that. Not love, not hate, not war, not nothing. But they were going to war, and he's married. He's going to get married, and he's in love with the woman that he's going to one day get married to if he ever proposes or survives Vietnam or whatever it was. Anyways, this isn't a gun, by the way. It's a toy meant to be like an injector of like a needle for injecting. Forget what the thing's called, but it injects your chemicals. The thing that makes you afraid of needles. Anywho, the first half is about the friends sort of joining together and having fun. Christopher Walken's a gambler. Robert De Niro's the hunter. And the other guy, whom I forget, but is in war as well, is a bitch, I think. I remember. Anyways, just basically them messing around, getting ready for the wedding, and then going deer hunting for the first hour. And it really grades on you. Just like, wow, this is nice. Next thing you know, they're in Vietnam like that. They're on the helicopter already going in, like, it's total. It's like the highest amount of tonal whiplash. It's like if you were watching a family show about love and tolerance. Next thing you know, there's a murder case where one of your favorite characters is dead and people are being killed off slowly. And then you're like, it's just a dream or stage. You learn that it's none of those things, and the show's totally gone in a different direction. It's like a redemption arc. Like if Seinfeld all of a sudden turned into Jason Bourne. My kitty's right there. Hey, kitty. Boop, 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 boop. That's either my dad or Jesus. I always forget, but I'm pretty sure it's meant to be my dad. Or Jesus. I can't remember. In hour 2, we're in Vietnam, and Christopher Walken, De Niro, and the other guy are in, and then we're shown that one scene with Russian roulette. Now, I don't know if I'm a sociopath, but I felt nothing during that scene. It's just like, Russian roulette, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even see any Americans die. Seeing as how they were sort of victimizing the bad guys in Vietnam and their race or whatever. I was just like totally unenamored. Just like, meh. Nope. Didn't catch her in time. She's dead now. And after that, I'm pretty sure that's what gives them their PTSD Vietnam. flashbacks that make them no longer functional in society. Then, I'll be honest, I don't know if it was because I wasn't paying attention, but when they made it to the war, I had no idea that Christopher Walken was with his other friends, whom were forgettable and had the shave. After witnessing that, I was like, who the fuck are these two weirdos? And since I had no idea who they were, I was just not as invested in that Russian roulette scene. It's like, two random guys, one guy who cares about the other guy, doesn't want them to die. Oh, it was those two. That would have a lot better impact on me. They did say what's his face with Mike, which is apparently the hunter's name. By the way, in the first hour, he kills a deer, which is symbolic later. It was made in 1978. Jesus, is it long? I watched the first half hour on my chair, and then I watched the rest in the downstairs bathroom in the dark because I'm weird like that. And it was just at the last hour. I didn't finish explaining the second hour. Well, they get out of the scenario after some helicopter stuff. And Mike, I don't remember the characters' names. I just remember Robert De Niro, I can never say his name right all of a sudden. Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, and that third guy I forgot about. I feel like all that stuff would have had stronger emotional connection if I either paid attention more or if they conveyed who was who better. Because they change physically a lot. The only person who you can never mistake for anyone else is Christopher Walken, because it's young Christopher Walken. He just looks the same as old Christopher Walken because he's himself. That's an egg. I drew a face on it, but it's on the wrong end. That's a flag for Ski Patrol. Iron Man. Q. Magnetic darts, because real darts are dangerous, I guess. Anyways, after that, Christopher Walken runs into a Russian roulette stadium, I guess. Twitter. And after seeing some idiots play Russian roulette, he ruins the flow by going in, fucking around with the gun, shooting the guy who was gonna shoot the gun in his head next, then shooting himself and survives. Then he leaves and then gets attacked by the bouncer, and I guess for some reason people are angry because he ruined. My hat fell. He ruins the bet. I guess. I mean, they could just start over. It's not the end of the world. Then again, if someone rigs a rat race, you can't exactly just start over. Anyways. So he escapes. People are chasing him, and then he's driven away along with this guy who convinces him to start doing this stuff for money. Tosses money in the air and he leaves. And that's the last we'll see of Christopher Walken for the rest of the film until the end. And once he left, I was still confused on who was who, which character was which. I had no idea. Robert De Niro, when bearded, after that was Mike. So watching this guy from war go back to this group of people who I could recognize better was just like disinteresting to me. That's why I started skipping through the film. I was like, I'm interested in Christopher Walken's character as a girl. Boring. Skip. Skip. Then it's all just a blur to me. Last 3 hours was just hell. Just started skipping. I accidentally skipped the scene where Robert De Niro was going to shoot a deer, but decided not to after chasing it, realizing he can't take another life again. But I did see the scene where the loser of the group who carries around a handgun that would be perfect for Russian roulette, mind you, starts pointing a gun on his friend in anger and thinks it's not loaded. Both of them. Then Robert De Niro comes in with his army action badassery and disarms him. He's like, "You think that's a game?" Gets mad. He's like, "Think this is a game?" He looks to see if it's loaded. He's like, "It's not even loaded." May have a gun here. Oh, there it is. Hey, it's not even loaded. That sound loaded to you? Then he unloads it and starts doing some Russian roulette shit. He's like, "Think this is a game? You think this is a game?" But luckily he didn't die. I feel like the movie would have been drastically different if every time the main character had to die, life was determined via Russian roulette. I am not sorry. They turned to Russian roulette, they died. This is bad around to me. I was like, 3 bullets in the chamber. After this, Christopher Walken, when you don't die, I'll use the rest of the bullets to kick the shit out of these losers who've trapped us. Okay. And Christopher Walken's like, well, shit. That's gonna have some serious trauma on my psyche. And it's just stuff happening. The last half's just stuff happening, like De Niro stealing Christopher Walken's girl. Because apparently he loved her since the beginning. This movie's a classic, by the way, considered one. After that, he's like, fuck it, I'm looking for Christopher Walken's character. Then he finds that third character, whom I completely forgot about because he was very forgettable. At least I think that's his character. Finds him with like his legs and I think an arm missing, in an electronic wheelchair. He's like, he keeps sending me socks. Weird though, these socks look an awful lot like $100 bills. I still don't have feet, so I'll just give these away to Charity or something. Charity could use these socks better than me. Something like that. And then De Niro's like, I'm taking you home. Nah, don't take me home. I won't fit in. Well, you see, I don't give a shit. So shut up. He's like, okay, do what you gotta do. Sure. Do what you think's best. I think what's best is taking you home. Well, aside from that, that last few words didn't happen. Some of it did, not all of it. Anyways, after that, De Niro goes through this long trip that I skipped through because it was just boring as shit. I didn't have the stamina. So I skipped the part where we found the Russian roulette area. They started giving out money. And that just got tedious somehow. Then we see Christopher Walken again. I'm like, hey, Chris Walker. How the fuck you doing? Good. Got PTSD. Too scared to go back home? Nice. Same. Now I can't kill deers. Maybe now I don't kill people anymore. That's a plus. Plus. Or a very weird grave. Good some. Anyways, then the ending, which gets everyone. De Niro decides to engage in a Russian roulette match with Christopher Walken. And De Niro survives and tries to talk Walken out of doing his side of the work, doing his end of the Russian roulette table. And he almost succeeds, but then fails. As Christopher Walken loses and gets himself shot in the head, and De Niro has a one-on-one dramatic sad moment with him. Which I'll admit was quite sad. He was like, actually I forget what words he used. I just remembered he cried and said things in dramatic tones. Petting my cat down here. Pet, damn it. And afterwards, they have a funeral for him, which I skipped through because the movie is almost over, and I feel like I spent all day watching the movie. I didn't have the guts. Honestly, after watching this movie, it just feels. This is just my opinion. Most people's opinions are different, but mine is that the movie's long, which Evan agrees to. It's boring. And all in all, it just never makes me feel any emotion. Now, I could just be a sociopath or something, but I just felt nothing. Because I did not understand anyone. I'm pretty sure the only reason I felt emotion when Christopher Walken died was because he was the only character I could recognize physically, because everyone else just sort of changed so physically. Well, let's see how much what this movie's standard rating is. An 8.1. I'd probably get it a 6 out of 10. Maybe a 5. There's taking your time for emotional build-up. And then there's clogging your arteries. It was one of the first military films based on how war changes a man for the worst. So if you want to check it out just for that, it seems fine. Although I feel like you'd be better off watching it with someone else, riffing on it. There isn't that much material to riff on, but I do think it's a good film. I just think that there's taking your time, and then there's walking. And then there's taking your time in traffic. And then there's taking traffic on purpose while your friend is having a heart attack and needs medical attention. I get what you're trying to do. It's just hurry the fuck up. Thank you for watching.